It's where Peter Weir took his crew to film Paul Schrader's screenplay of Paul Theroux's novel.
The shoot went remarkably well. A lot of luck. We had weather like this, and very good crew. A tight schedule and naturally hard in the jungle conditions. But it was really pre-production, I think, was difficult because so much travelling, you know, casting in New York and down for a meeting with the art department in Belize and then back to LA for casting. It was a merry-go-round.
Different to making films here?
Yes and no. I mean, the spirit was very like the early days here anyway. And that came a lot off Saw. A family company, a love of film, and the horrible considerations of business and cost and will it be a hit and all of that kept well at a distance. So it was really kind of a filmmaking heaven with Saul as executive producer, Jerry Hellman, a fine producer who'd done Midnight Cowboy, Coming Home, also a creative man, filmmaker. And a lot of Australians, a lot of old pals had worked on films here. It was wonderful. And to walk into the sunset a better man, even if with another scar. And here we started with an interesting man, a good man, whose weaknesses or his lack of vision are opened up by the experiences, and he collapses under the weight of those experiences. How to frame that so that we understood it, one, and accepted it without sentimentalizing it. You know, it's a challenge.
Every boy wishes he had. He's larger than life, a fountain of knowledge and ideas.
How am I doing, boy?
Fine, Dad.
It is Ali's oldest son, Charlie, who is most vulnerable to the hypnotic web his father weaves around people. And it's Charlie who tells the great demands on their audience.
I was assisted by Jerry Hellman, again, the producer, and the producers, Saul Zahn, in sticking to the however tough I wanted to make the picture, they would back me up. There was never this feeling with in excess of $20 million riding on the film that we should in any way make cosmetic changes or make the central character more appealing or put action in where it wasn't really part of the story. They loved the book and they wanted the book. And I think with another team behind me, I mightn't have had the nerve to stick to some of these harder-edged decisions.
Films in Hollywood, Peter Weir is back home. Do you think you can make another big film in Australia?
I don't see why not, yeah, if I found the material.
Is it important to you to do that? To work here again?
I'd like to, yeah. I didn't think it was important to me. And maybe I needed to go away for a while. It's good for you. And work with new people in new situations. And any filmmaker, I think, it's crossed their mind that if the terms were right and the conditions right, why not try an American movie? It's somewhere deeply in our psyche. We grew up with them, and now I've done 2 of those, so to a degree that's laid to rest. Perhaps it was with the first one. And it's the same wherever you are. Once you get down to the camera and the sound and the actors, it's the same job. It's as difficult as in Broken Hill as it is in Berkeley.
Demonstrated with the Mosquito Coast a maturity and a depth as a director which fully justifies the praise he earned so early in his career. His latest film, while it may not attract the crowds that flock to less demanding films, will cement his international reputation. It's a movie that repays close attention.
These pommies have got our ashes.
There'll be some spiffing clashes.
We're hunting lions this summer, yes indeed.
We've never had a sharper looking bunch.
I fear we could be headed for a crunch.
So bring that trophy with ya.
There's a lesson we're gonna give you.
This summer's gonna really pack a punch.
Australia takes on England in the second final test live from Perth today from 12:50 from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Aren't remote controls wonderful? You can change channels, even pause. Well, the one-account cash card from Metropolitan is like having a remote control for your money. In the branch, it's like Fast Forward because you can get cash without filling out forms. And guess what? It even works through walls. the cash card. It's another part of the one account for easy access only from Metropolitan.
Talk to your Johnson dealer now. He's doing deals to put the others on the run.
Well, I think that's the end. Do you surrender?
End? Surrender? That's it. I win.
Oh, no. Oh,
Scrabble. It's more like a battle than a game.
Ho, ho, ho. Come on, boys and girls. Come to Santa's castle.
Visit Santa's magical ice castle at the new Garden City.
Wednesday, Linda Carter and Lonnie Anderson are 50-50. They're ex-wives of a murder detective and have just inherited their share of troubles.
You two are private investigators?
Yes.
They're television's most beautiful partnership.
There's got to be something in these photographs worth killing for.
And they're fashioned for murder.
Someone's counterfeiting Jared's collection while someone else is trying to put him out of business.
How do I know?
Linda Carter and Lonnie Anderson in the mystery and intrigue of 50-50, an all-new series, 8:30 Wednesday on 9.
Monday to Friday in Canberra, Peter Shepherd shoots those press conferences and interviews you see on National 9 News. Not hugely challenging stuff for a cameraman, no great scope to show off skills and creativity. So when he came to us to ask for some film for a story about ballet, we gave him that encouragement without expecting too much to come of it. Well, what came of it came as a wonderful surprise, so much so we've made it our cover story this Sunday. It's the story about young Australians on their first trip overseas, about Moscow, London, Amsterdam, Paris, and Disneyland. And it's the story of the young ballet dancers' attempts to find whether there's a future for them in this most demanding of art forms. The story is told through the eyes of two of those youngsters, Gabriella Pearson and Vanessa Bowen. The film was shot, produced, and edited by Peter Shepherd, the music composed and performed by his brother. We've called it Stepping Out.
Sometimes you feel, oh, you know, I'm a bit tired today. You know, I wish class was earlier or something. There's a lot of kids that would say, you know, how on earth could you go and do ballet every afternoon? You know, they'd much prefer go and see a movie or, you know, watch telly. think, you know, one day, you know, I'd love to be out there doing a solo performance, you know, in Bolshoi, in the Kirov, or even the Sydney Opera House.
Approaching this way. Yes,
Here they come.
yes, they're marching this very moment.
But their timing is excellent. I hope your girls' timing is as good as that.
I do it every hour.
I never thought that of Russia having such beautiful buildings, like in the Kremlin and Red Square. I never visualized them having so much, like, the beautiful ornate buildings. I thought of it just as a, you know, a dull, dreary sort of place. But I don't know, I really loved Russia because it was so different.
While we were in Moscow, we were very lucky to be able to go to the Moscow Choreographic Institute and be given a class by Mr. Valukin, which was a very rare occasion because hardly anybody gets to do that.
Pause, stop, pause. Look here, yes. For and for the bras. Bien. And yeah. And that's good, girl. Change, please. First group and second. Okay. Everyone. Eyes. Smile. Please. Ballerinos. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's good.
We felt very privileged that we could actually have a class with Mr. Valukin because he was such a great teacher. And we all really enjoyed this class.
Two. Down. Plié. Pose armes. Change legs. Effacer legs. Effacer. That's good. Pause, yeah. Change arms.
AD headquarters in London, they held a summer school, or actually a winter school there, and we did classes there all week, and they had a whole lot of different teachers from all over London teaching, and one of the teachers was Hope Keelan, and she teaches at the Royal Ballet School, and she's a very dynamic teacher. She puts so much energy into them.
But I still want it. 1, 2 super soap opera 1, and you have to jump over it too.
She's harder on me than other teachers because she knows what I can do, so she keeps pushing me until I give her what she wants.
Go on. Now don't hit them, but point them. Lie down on the floor. Point toes in front of you. Up in the air. How are they touching? No, you've got to feel that tension there. I couldn't do that if I tried. Go on. Yeah? All right, now do it in the air. Go on. Tight, and tight, and tight, and in, and in, and in, and strong. That much energy each time. It's only a saute, but it should be perfect now. 16 sautes in the first on the 2-4. All together. Perfect.
When we first walked up to the artist entrance in the Palace de Bouillon, where the Prix de Lausanne was being held, our first thoughts were just absolute terror. We thought this was the biggest competition in the world, and the standard is supposed to be so incredibly high. We just thought, what are we doing here? And then when we sat down and we saw all the other faces of all the other girls, we realised that they were all in the same boat. They all had a look of terror on their face.
Donc il y a 3 notes de 1 à 6 pour la leçon classique. The jury will judge the candidates during the lesson.
It was bad. and narrating the numbers, you were so nervous, you just didn't want to hear your number, and they'd slowly creep up to around your numbers, and you just wait. It was so nerve-wracking, and then they'd pass it, and then all of a sudden everything would just, because all your muscles would go so tense, and all of a sudden they'd just collapse. You went, ah.
We're now going to give the numbers of the candidates qualified for the semi-finals.
Everyone just sort of was dead quiet, and then when they read out the results, some people were crying and others were squealing with joy.
Numéro 37, number 37.
I was elated, I was so happy, I was just really excited and glad that I'd made it through the first part of the competition. There was a lot of pressure. It was really strong. I mean, just the pressure would sort of exhaust you even before you went on stage. You were sort of so frightened because you didn't know if you were going to fall flat on your face, which the girl before you could have, might have done, and you'd seen her do that. And there was tears, and you were alone, completely alone. I thought that the decision was right, that I shouldn't have got through to the finals because I knew I wasn't as strong as some of the other competitors, but I was just really happy that I'd made it that far. And I think that whole competition has made me more determined, so it's just a matter of me working hard all the time and trying really hard to do my best always. And it's given me more confidence in myself.
Stepping Out was our cover story, the film made by a man who indeed is stepping out, Peter Shepherd, the music by his brother John, sound Miriam Dorr. And for the two young ballerinas featured there, Vanessa Bowen and Gabriella Pearson, all the hard work has paid off. They've been admitted to the Australian Ballet School. You may see them as principals in the not-too-distant future. We hope so. More of Sunday in a moment.
All through the year, National 9 News has provided Queensland with just the right balance of news and current affairs. The 9 Network continues that commitment throughout summer. Nightly at 6, National 9 News brings Queensland to your attention and the world to your door. Weeknights, 6:30, a new perspective on current affairs. Sunday night, the best, most controversial of 60 Minutes. For news, entertainment and information, Channel 9 maintains the balance.
Step right up, folks, to the amazing Kentucky Fried Chicken box offer. You get 11 pieces of delicious chicken for just $9.50.
Or even better, folks, step up for the incredible bucket offer. You get 16 pieces of delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken in a bucket for only $13.50.
And my box offer won't last long.
Neither will my bucket offer.
The box is better.
No, the bucket is better.
The box is better.
11 pieces in a box for $9.50 or 16 in a bucket for $13.50. Only from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What a delicious offer, Charlie.
Doubly delicious, Brendan.
I'm lucky. Whoa, I'm lucky. There's a lot of bad luck going round, and I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Whoa, I'm lucky. There's a lot of bad luck going round, and I'm lucky. Now, I don't want to talk bad luck, for that you wouldn't blame me. Luck is really what you make it. I'm lucky I'm with Amy. I'm lucky I'm with Amy. There's a lot of bad luck going around, but I'm lucky I'm with Amy. Lucky you're with Amy. Lucky you're with Amy. Lucky.
From Toshiba, world leaders in audio technology, comes the sound that takes you out of this world. One of the most advanced compact disc players ever made. Give you perfect sound. There's portable units and models to update your existing stereo, all with Toshiba's revolutionary 3-beam laser scanner for quality that's out of this world. Toshiba, world leaders in technology. Touch us, trust us.
If you're like me, you may not drink as much milk as you used to. But that was before any of us had heard about calcium deficiency and that crippling disease called osteoporosis. Now there's a way that may help you avoid all that. Shape. It's the milk that's higher in calcium for my bones and wonderfully low in fat and calories for my figure. Shape. It's the adult milk that will keep you in good shape for a lot longer.
Queensland Fresh.
In our music spot today, Eric Bogle, a Scotsman who writes great Australian songs. He came here in 1969 to escape, amongst other things, the bagpipes. And he's written songs about us like the band-played Waltzing Matilda, which have become much played and much loved. Eric Bogle is currently on a concert tour. He's in Wollongong tonight, Canberra during the week, and he's just released a new album, which is called Seeing the Spirit Home. This morning, one of the songs from that album, All the Fine Young Men.
They told all the fine young men how when this war is over, there will be peace, and the peace will last forever. In Flanders fields, at Lone Pine and Beersheba, for king and country, honor and duty, the young men fought and cursed and wept and died. They told all the fine young men, oh, when this war is over, country's grateful heart, we will cherish you forever. to broken down Maine. Buna and Kokoda, in a world mad with war, like the fathers before, the young men fought and cursed and wept and died. For many of those fine young men, all the wars are over. They found their peace. It's the peace that lasts forever. When the call comes again, they will not answer. They're just forgotten bones, lying far from their homes, as forgotten as the cause for which they died. Ah, Bluey, can you see now why they lie?
Eric Bogle, backed by Andy McGloin on guitar and Brent Miller on bass. An encore after this.
Feel the tension in the air. One last chance for the gold, for the record, for a lifetime. Experience the tension, the power. Run with the grace. Fall, cry, cheer. This will never happen again. Wide World of Sports takes you to these emotions. And now, continuing the tradition, Channel 9 brings you the water events, the track events, the golf. A summer filled with sensational games, including live exclusive crosses to the drama of the America's Cup during the cricket telecasts. This is Man at Sport. Be there with Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Choosing a financial planning service that suits you is not easy. Some recommend whatever's in at the moment, while others trot out the same tired old ideas. But now at Metropolitan, we step outside our own circle to find the investment answers to your objectives. Then we tailor a personal investment plan that will suit you today and get more comfortable as the years go by. Ask your Metropolitan branch to arrange a consultation soon.
Give me the simple life.
That's wonderful.
Now from Breville comes Fingertips, an amazing new do-it-yourself massager that combines the benefits of modern physiotherapy and advanced technology with the ancient art of hand massage to relieve tension or ease muscular aches and strains. Breville Fingertips Massager, just like having a trained masseur in the family. From Breville, the better ideas people.
This is not a fad toy doll, and it won't speed across the floor. It won't even transform. But it will entertain and educate.
Tiger ate.
It's Scrabble, and it's more than just a toy.
Diamonds International's annual sale is now on. 25 to 40% off diamonds, pearls, rings, precious gems, and watches. Diamonds International's one yearly sale, now on.
Quickly checking the morning's news headlines, and Lebanon's latest ceasefire is in tatters this morning as Palestinian fighters and Shiite Muslims battle for control of refugee camps in Beirut and Sidon. 24 people have been killed and nearly 60 wounded in the latest fighting as the two sides ignored efforts by Syrian, Libyan and Iranian mediators to end their feuding. Pope John Paul's historic visit to Australia is drawing to a close. He began the last full day of his busy schedule by meeting representatives of Australia's rural community in Adelaide. Then it was on to Victoria Park Racecourse to celebrate another Mass before another vast and adoring crowd. The Adelaide ceremony is one of the last functions on his itinerary. He flies to Perth this afternoon before beginning the return trip to Rome tomorrow. Police are still trying to find the cause of a huge explosion in a chemical plant at Rhodes in Sydney's west. A massive blast at the ICI complex killed 5 men instantly and injured 14 others. Damage is estimated at more than $1 million. The plant had been shut down for annual maintenance. The 5 men who died were working with welding equipment near an empty vat used to store flammable chemicals. And in cricket, Australia's staring down the barrel of another defeat in the second test in Perth. Jeff Marsh and Steve Waugh resumed this morning at 1 wicket down for only 19 runs. That's in reply to England's massive first innings of 8 declared for 592. Well, that's Sunday for this Sunday. Taking us out today, Eric Bogle, this time with a single from his new album, a song called Lifeline. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. See you then.
Everybody needs a lifeline. Won't you reach out your hand? The storm will pass us safely by. Together we all stand. If we can't reach and try to catch each drowning soul who falls, what will happen to us all? What will happen to us all? I could have been an island, indifferent to the storm, careless of the weather, and safe from hurt and harm. Yes, I could have been an island in the sea, but I chose not to be. So won't you throw me down a lifeline? The ship is sinking fast, and I'm afraid that I might drown before the storm has passed. And oh, what if I'm set adrift upon the raging sea? What will become of me? What will become of me?
Sunday was brought to you by one of the world's most successful international resource companies,